going on?
All right, all right.
Hey,
Everybody,
what's up,
Trey
man?
Hedden here, Tampa Catholic senior quarterback here. He's joined us on this beautiful Sunday. Trey, you're on with myself and Matt Cooper from Flex Sports, and then Flex Report, sorry, and then Derek from Quick Cut.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for having me.
I know you guys had a tough loss against CCC. Doesn't
Yeah.
take away from the season that you guys are having. Tell us what makes you guys a special team.
Yeah, you mentioned that loss to CCC. The way I look at it, we still have everything to play for, everything out in front of us. I think we have a ton to play for, a ton to look forward to. We had a lot of injuries going into that game, and we'll get a lot of those guys back as we go forward playing Berkeley, and then later in the season playing Jesuit, and then throughout the playoffs. So I think that we have a lot to look forward to, a lot of explosive plays, more effective on defense and stuff like that. I think we'll be very good still.
I got to see you guys in the summer. You and T Moore playing 7v7. Connection, man. What is it like playing together with him?
Yeah, that's my brother. It's a relationship that is way deeper than just football. I mean, with him every weekend, typically both days. So, I'll be with him later today. So, it's a family type of relationship, and like you see that connection that we show on the field, and it comes from a long time. So, it works. He's an extremely talented athlete. I love having him as a quarterback. He's a quarterback's dream. So, he doesn't complain when he doesn't get the ball, but when he does get the ball, he makes the most of it. So he's an elite player, and I'm grateful to have him.
1,900 yards last year. You're almost at 502 games this season.
Yes,
How
sir.
have you progressed from your junior year to your senior year?
One thing that I really put a huge emphasis on this offseason is becoming more of an athlete and taking less sacks and being able to just make plays last longer. And I think that has really helped me extend plays and then create more things with my feet, and that has also let me see more passing windows and more passing opportunities that I wasn't able to really create last year. So and then also I feel like building a trust with Coach Jarris McIntyre has really helped me really kind of have him hand the keys of the offense over to me. So I think that's really helped me in that, and kind of being more explosive as an offense as a whole, which not only my passing yards have gone up, but the offense's total yards as well.
Love it.
All right, throwback right here, Trey. Throwback. You guys, the clock winds down. You have now beat Jesuit.
Okay.
And go. What happens next?
I start crying. One of the greatest feelings that I've ever felt, taking knees against Jesuit and every one of their defenders, and including Troy Bowles, who is had one of the greatest Tampa careers ever. That look of defeat just felt so good. It's something that is bigger than football for me. It's one of those things that's kind of life defining. It's like a hump that nobody thought that we'd ever get over. So it was incredible, the rush of emotions as that clock wound down. I mean, something that probably the greatest moment of my life so far was that, and just the amount of impact that I didn't even understand that it would have, that it has had, has just been crazy.
Tell us why the commitment to Furman. What attracted you there?
Gosh, I fell in love with Furman. I love it there. It's a family type of atmosphere. But then further than that, Coach Justin Roper is the offensive coordinator there. And I feel like when I was there on a visit with him, the stuff that he was talking about from an offensive mind, like as a offensive mind, he was the most impressive coach that I have ever talked to. And it blew me away, and I was ready to give him my commitment right then. And I was like, there's no way that this guy's going to fail me if I come here. And when I was going through my recruitment, I was really looking at where was I going to have the best chance of succeeding, and not just like go where the biggest logo is, or what's the biggest place that I could possibly go and make it more like a pride thing. I was kind of looking at it from like where am I going to succeed? Where am I going to play? Do I love the place? Am I gonna hate life? Like no. So I wanted to fall in love with the place, and I really felt like Furman was home.
I think what you're talking about is finding the right fit, and a lot of kids unfortunately try to find the highest fit, and that's not necessarily the perfect fit. So it sounds like you found the right fit. Trey, tell me a little bit about your academics. I'm assuming you have a pretty solid GPA with Furman. I mean, tell me about that.
Yeah, I think my cumulative GPA right now is a 4.25.
Beautiful.
So it's pretty high. Up until this year, I've packed in my schedule as many APs as I could possibly have, take the highest course I could possibly take. And the only reason I'm not doing that this year is because I can't take AP courses because I won't be in high school for the test at the end of the year, just for my early graduation. So it's just I value academics equally to athletics or higher. It's a student athlete, not an athlete student. My family has really pushed that as long as I've been playing football. So I really value academics, and I think that also Furman really values that as well. So that also was a part of the perfect fit.
Beautiful. What are you looking to study up there? Anything in particular? You know yet?
I want to go into entrepreneurship once
Mhm.
I graduate. So
Nice.
getting into like a business degree or a management type of degree, maybe finance area,
Yep.
would really help me in that aspect and preparing me for my life after football. So with that being said, there's not an entrepreneurship degree, but to that, I want to prepare myself with a business administration or finance type of degree.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Coach McIntyre said that the guys like being around you. You're QB1, but more importantly, the guys follow you and they like being around you. Why?
Um, since I was little, my coaches and my closest friends and family, my mentors, if you will, have always preached that I am only as good as I can be when I have the locker room. So when last year we wouldn't have beat CCC, or I mean we wouldn't have beat. What I'm saying is, after we lost to CCC, we realized that we were a very divided team last year. And after that, we kind of came more together as a group, and I really started to understand that we really need to be a unit, and that if we don't have the locker room together, then we weren't going to win big games. So I kind of took that under my own responsibilities as to kind of unite the locker room, kind of be a guy that everybody can be comfortable around and really just love on everybody. And I really started to take the time to get to know people, really like understand where they came from, instead of just like being a selfish person and just being like, run that route, catch that ball, get a stop, I need it. More like, I love you to death. Let's go to war. You know what I mean? So it's a relationship that I love having with my teammates, and I think that having the locker room on your side is everything as a quarterback.
Tell us a little bit about your O line. I know that is always like one of the favorite parts of a quarterback.
Gosh, I love those guys. No matter what happens on any play, I still love those guys. Every year since I've been in high school, I've had my offensive line over for huge tomahawk steaks and like a sleepover before the season started, try and really solidify my relationship with those guys. My offensive line, those big guys, they're not gonna give me 100% effort every play, how tired they are, unless they love me to death and are legitimately just trying to protect me. So I think that that's probably the most important area for me to have the best connection with. So I've kind of made that an emphasis as long as I've been, especially at Tampa Catholic, and having those guys, and just really loving on those guys, because they're big guys that don't get a lot of credit, and it's not fun to be down there. When I was in Little League, I played on the offensive line. I hated it. It's terrible. like, they want some credit and they want some love, and if you give it to them, they start wanting to protect you.
Hey, for them it's fun though. For them it's fun.
Oh,
There's a
it's
certain
fun
mentality.
when
So hey, Trey, I'm gonna throw a name out there for a few years back. Maybe about 10 years ago, Furman actually had an all-conference running back out of the Bay Area. Last name McLeod. Was it
okay.
Hank McLeod, Preston, back in the day?
Hank
And
McLeod was a problem, man. Yes, he was.
Yep, he went up to Furman, and he was an all-conference running back in the day. So you'll be you're not going to be the first Tampa Catholic to be a Paladin up there and get into the Furman locker room. So good luck to you. That's good stuff.
Hey Trey. Hey Trey. Does Coach McIntyre think he was really good, and do you think he was really good back in his college days?
Coach Jarris McIntyre?
Yeah, like, does he talk trash like he was?
Let me tell you, there is not a thing that Coach Jarris thinks that he couldn't do. Everything that TJ has ever done in practice, hey, Coach Jarris, could you have done that? Bro, duh. Like, there's nothing that he couldn't do in his mind. I mean, I've watched some highlights. I know he was legit, but from his mind, there's nothing he couldn't do.
Give me all in 30 seconds. Give me your best Jarris McIntyre, either story or impression, one or the other.
Oh, Jarris McIntyre.
Hey, and make it good, because it's the last question. We're ending it off this one. Make it good.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay.
End of last year. Oh man, I don't know about this story. Oh my goodness. So we're getting ready to play Lakewood, and he had pulled me aside, and he had started talking to me, but then had gone to talking to somebody else. I was like, all right, I'm calling my own play. That didn't go over so well. J-Mac comes in the middle of the huddle, freaking out. What are you doing? Who do you think you are? What are you doing? We're just gonna put Lewis Carter back there. We're just gonna put Lou back there. So he's not scared to get on me about whatever the heck he thinks. So, and I love him for it. He's been a great mentor and great head coach to me. So, everything that he's done for me, I really appreciate, and I really value him.
Well, Trey, we appreciate you coming on and taking some time out of this day and sharing some of your experiences with us. We're going to have you back on, man. And good luck to you and Coach McIntyre and those Crusaders the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you guys so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely, my man. All right, we're hanging up with Trey.